What is up, fam, and welcome back. Today we are at, if you've never been here before, it's a great place, you should check it out. We're at Gander Outdoors. That's right, Gander Outdoors. We're going to go in here, we're going to check out some fishing stuff, and with today's vlog, what we're going to do is we're going to show you everything you need to start fishing, primarily bass fishing. Some of the stuff will work for other species, but we're going to go in there, we're going to get some stuff, and you're going to figure out how to start fishing. So, let's go. What is up, everybody, and welcome back. You got it. We are back from Gander Outdoors, and now we are going to go through everything that we got, some of the stuff I had, some of the stuff I bought, and this is all going to be stuff that, in my opinion, is what you need to start bass fishing. Now, again, some of this stuff you're going to be able to use for other fish species, but in general, these are bass baits, and, that's kind of what they're designed for. So, let's get into it. First thing, very first thing you're going to need to fish, you need a rod. So, if I'm you, I'm going to buy me a spinning combo. You can pick them up pretty cheap. Now, there are some out there that are pretty expensive, but you know what? You're just starting out. Don't go out there and spend $200 on a combo. Get this nice little $70 jobber. And you know what? These are probably down to probably $55, $59 now. This is a little Quantum Triax combo. I got this, I don't know, 5-6 years ago. Cheap. I picked it up. I think I got it at Walmart. You can get it really cheap. I was out. I needed a fishing rod. I didn't have my rods with. I just picked this puppy up. Works great. Hasn't broke down yet. It's been really reliable. And best part about this type of combo, it's super versatile. You can put pretty much any single lure you want on this rod and reel combo, and you're going to catch fish, and it's going to perform perfectly. So, get you a nice combo, and in my opinion, the best one to get is one that's got a solid rod. They make two-piece ones, they're great, but solid one piece, a little bit more durable. Second thing you're going to want to get you a tackle bag. You need somewhere to put your baits after you buy them. I like these nice soft-sided bags. I picked this one up at Cabela's. I think I got it for 20 bucks. Cheap. Doesn't cost too much money. Works great. You pick up one of these little Plano boxes, or a Lure Lock side or a Lure Lock brand, which are great because the baits stay in there good. They don't fall out. Just slide them right in. Makes for easy maintenance of your bag. Keeps things neat and orderly. Easy to get to for quick lure changes. All right. So, rod and reel combo. Tackle bag, little box to keep your bag organized. That's step one. Now, you need baits. You can't catch fish without baits, so what do you need? Let's take a look. Oh, alright. So, the first thing I'm going out and buying, if I'm you, and I'm just starting fishing, is stuff for drop shot, alright? So, the first thing you're going to need, some hooks. You want a couple different sizes, but if you're just starting out right away, I'm buying a 4/0 size. 4/0 is perfect. I think it's very versatile. It works for many different lure sizes. If you want a bobber fish, you can use these for that too. I mean, no one's saying you can't, but these are great drop shot weight hooks, and I really like them in like a chartreuse green or in a pink. Those colors, in my opinion, add a little flair to your lure, get the fish excited, get more bites. My go-to brand, the Gamakatsu, great hook, super sharp, right out the bag. Great for good hook sets, and you want good hook sets because without good hook sets, you're missing lots of fish. You don't want to do that. So get you some quality hooks. They're not that much. I think this little pack of 7 hooks, it's like $4, $5. Not that much. Go get you some. Alright. Now, you're drop shotting, right? You got the hooks. You need the drop shot weight. Otherwise, the lure's not going to get down there like you want it to. So, boom. Pick you up some of these puppies. I like tungsten. You don't have to get tungsten. I just prefer tungsten. The profile size of the weight is going to be a little bit smaller because tungsten is a heavier metal. And so, you're getting a smaller profile, but just as much weight. I really like a 3/8 ounce side. And VMC makes really good tungsten weights. VMC really makes a lot of good products. They make some good hooks and stuff, but some VMC tungsten, go out and pick you up some of these. Again, this is going to run you about $4. You know, nothing too crazy. And you're going to be able, unless you snag up and lose one of these, you're going to be able to use this for years. So, get you some of these good weights here. Alright, so there you got it. Now you got your drop shot hooks, your drop shot weights. Now you need some bait. What are you going to use? Boom, here you go. 2 really good quality options for drop shot. My all-time favorite right here, Northland Tackle's Impulse swim bait. Imitates a minnow, super soft, super good action in the water. I catch so many fish on this. It's crazy. Every time, boom, fish, fish, fish. These are great. Now the bad thing is, I don't think they make these anymore, which really kind of sucks. I've looked all over. I can't find them in any store. I've looked online. I don't see them on their website anymore. But guess what? eBay, places like that, you can still find them. Buy you some. If you can get your hands on these, buy you some. Unless I buy the rest of the stock that I can find out there, because I love these things. I catch so many bass on these. Crappies, northerns, bluegill, sunnies, you name it, I catch them on this one. So this is a great option for your drop shot. Now, there's other options out there though. Don't forget, Guggen Baits makes one. The old Dragon Drop. I don't have a whole lot of experience with this. There is a new video of mine coming out where we use these and we put them up against these and see which one catches more fish. You'll have to watch out for that video. It'll be coming soon. Keep an eye out. Make sure to hit that little bell and get notified when my new content comes out, and then you'll know exactly when that video comes out. So, you know what? Get you some of these. Alright, there you go. Everything you need to drop shot is right there. You got it all. Now you could go out and buy live crawlers or dig them up in your own backyard if you can. Get some minnows. Those will all work on drop shot. Great options for drop shot fishing. And that's all you need for that. Now, the next thing, if I'm you and I'm going to start bass fishing or fishing in general that I'm going to go out and buy, boom, what do you got here? The old square bill crankbait. That's right, square bill, my favorite type of crankbait, and it catches fish. It can be deep water, it can be shallow water. It's great around rock piles and rocky shorelines. I really, really enjoy a white square bill, but it doesn't have to be white. That's just my preference. I like a white one with red hooks, but if you've seen one of my other videos, you already know that. I told you all about that. Another good color, if you're up here in the North Country, get you a perch colored one. A lot of fish in our lakes eat perch, because perch is kind of like the natural forage in our lakes for a lot of predator fish. So, get you a perch color one, you know, a Tiger Fire, great options. Square bill, catch a big fish every time. Gotta get you some if you're gonna start fishing. Next thing you're gonna want to do, go out, get you a creature bait. I really, really like the old Strike King Rage Craw. Awesome, awesome bait. And these are gonna be used in multiple situations. You're gonna use them on their own, or you're gonna rig them up on the back of a jig or on the back of the chatterbait. It's going to add a little bit more movement. Those tentacles are really going to start swimming around as you're jerking it and bouncing it off the bottom. It's going to create a lot of reactionary bites. Great, great around weeds. Punching pockets. This is going to work great for you. Get you some of these. Another must-have if you're going to start bass fishing. Next thing you're going to want to go out and get, a swim bait. What can you say about a swim bait? It's one of the most natural looking baits in the water. It looks like a swimming fish, a little shad, a little minnow, a little perch, depending on what color you're going for. That's what it's imitating. Works great. Again, just like the old creature bait Rage Craws from Strike King, you can put these on the back of your jig, on the back of your chatterbait. You can put them on the back of the spinnerbait. And they're a trailer, they just add that extra depth, that extra commotion, really disrupt that water, get those fish excited, have them come in, and you're going to catch big ones. Again, you can rig these up, drop them down to the bottom, bounce them off the bottom, stuff like that. So, How are you going to rig it up, you say, huh? Well, I'll tell you. You're going to go out and you need to get you some Mustad hooks. Doesn't have to be Mustad. Trocar makes a really good hook. I like Mustad. They're great hooks. They're pretty inexpensive. Super sharp out the box. Get you a couple different sizes for the different size bait. And then get you bullet weights. I picked this up. It's 60-piece bullet weight. Comes in multiple different sizes. Picked it up for like, I don't know, 14 bucks I think at Bass Pro Shop a couple years ago. Still have it. Still have plenty of weights in there. You know, it's going to help you just depending on what size weight you use. It's going to help you punch quicker, punch slower. You know, if it's really heavy cover, you're going to want a little bit heavier one to really try and get down through those weeds. You're going to use these to Texas rig some of your baits, and they're very versatile. You know, you could use these as a drop shot weight in a pinch if you had to. So, pick you up some bullet weights. Gonna need those. Fish. Gonna need you some hooks. Like I said, I like Mustad, but you know what? Everyone has their own personal preference. I just feel like Mustad for the price is a great hook. Next thing you're gonna want to go out and get, you're gonna want to go out, get you some jig heads. Jig heads are gonna come in handy. Again, you could use these jig heads right here with your swim bait. You could even use these drop shot weights or these drop shot lures with these jig heads. You know, whatever you want to do. You could even, if it's a big enough one, rig it up on this creature crawl, drop it down to the bottom, pop it. It's gonna work great. Gonna need some of these. I like to use two different styles, I should say. I like this Finesse Half Moon by VMC. It's a good, just all around, pretty low profile jig head that you could use with a grub or whatever. It's pretty versatile. You're going to want to get you some of those. And then, one of my favorite Bass Pro Shop model brands here, the Dragon Head. This is awesome because what it does, it's got a flat spot on the bottom, so when it comes down, lands on the water, it stands up like that. The hook's still pointed up, so that way, whatever you got hooked onto it is going to be suspended in the water a little more, and it's going to give it a little more action as it sits there. So sometimes if you really need to let a bait sit and just kind of naturally move on its own to attract some of those finicky fish, this is going to work great. Bass, you know, bass like to eat off the bottom. A lot of times they're going to feed down. This is going to help you. So you got to get you some of those, and then get you some worms. Worms are perfect for this. Just rig it on there, and these ribbon-tailed worms, they really get to move in the water kind of naturally on their own. You know, when you bounce them, they really start to twirl, and you really get some good action on them. Every boat, every tackle box, every house, you need to keep these in your house, because you never know when you're going to be walking around like, oh, ooh, fishing lures, let's go fishing. So you got to keep little reminders around your house, in the drawers, beside your bed, next to the couch, in the garage, in the bathroom. You see it, you're like, oh, I got to go fishing today. What am I doing? Let's go fishing. So you know what? Buy you some worms. These are cheap. Keep them everywhere. Take them with you. Catch fish. They're like easy fishing right here. Catching fish all day long on these. Alright? So, get you some worms. You know what? I like these Bass Pro Shop ones. Good price. These ones are scented. They work great. Don't go out and spend $15 on a bag of worms when you can get a nice bag of worms right here. I think these cost me like $3, maybe less. Get you some of those. Good budget saver if you get the store brand stuff. Now, not all store brand stuff is created equally. Don't get me wrong, some of it is but Bass Pro Shop brand stuff, pretty good. Go get you some. Next thing you're going to want, you got to get you a jig. Right here, this is a swim jig. You know, it's designed more for keeping it suspended and swimming it through the water, hence swim jig. You can still use this like a normal jig and bounce it off the bottom, punch and cover, throw in underneath lily pads, underneath docks, whatever you want to do. But you got to have one of these. This is a Mondo-seeking missile right here. This thing's gonna catch the big donkey! So you got to have one of these in your bag. Next thing, you're going to want to go out and buy stick baits. You know what? You wacky rig these, and for those of you who don't know, when you wacky rig, what you want to do, you know what? Get you your mustad hook, and don't feed it through. You just want to hook it right through the side, so it's basically just pendulating off each side. And when you drop that, you know, you don't even use weight. A lot of times, do it weightless, so it just naturally flutters down there, and just bounce it. Creates big mondo feeding frenzies on these stick baits. So, get you some stick baits, and then here's a smaller version, Guggen baits, the rattling edge. I don't know if you can hear that, but there's rattle built inside of the bait. You know what? Rig it up on one of those half moon jig heads. Let it sink to the bottom. You know, just jiggle it a little, get that noise popping, get a little action. Fish are gonna go wild. They're gonna come at it. You're gonna catch one. All right? So, stick bait. Then, the next thing you're going to want to get, ye old chatterbait. You know, the chatterbait is kind of like a cross between a spinnerbait and a jig. It's kind of got that profile similar to a jig, but then it's got the blade similar to a spinnerbait. And when you start pumping that thing, this little blade starts shaking, and it creates all sorts of disruption in the water. And those bass come in, and they eat it. This is great for like dirty water, stained water. You know, that noise and disturbance it creates really draws the fish in. And again, with this, you can take one of these swim baits, feed it on the side, or feed it on the hook like that, and it'll create another layer of depth to it. And you're really going to catch some big fish. And again, gotta have one of these if you're going fishing. Next thing you need, and this might be the first thing you should go out and buy if you're going to go bass fishing. The old spinnerbait. The spinnerbait works everywhere, every time of year, every water condition. I'll catch them on the spinnerbait. It's got a lot of flash. You can add a trailer. What I like to do is I'll go buy like a 2-3 inch grub, and I'll feed it on the back of the hook, so it'll create just another layer. Again, disrupting the water, a little more flash, really gets those fish interested. I like to get a 2-bladed style. I think this one's also made by Northland. I like how they put this gold spoon mixed with the silver spoon. It just creates different types of flash in the water. It really, really drives the fish wild. I like, in a spinnerbait, I really like one like this color. It kind of looks, and it's supposed to look like sunfish. Almost every lake, every pond, every river I can think of that I've ever seen has sunfish in it. Well, guess what? Guess what is being eaten by bass? The sunfish. So get you one of these. You know what? I usually get like a chartreuse green grub. It's the color I like to put on the back of this. Mr. Twister works great. It's got some good scent built into it. Get you some of that. Throw you on one of these. This is going to catch big fish. I have caught some really big fish on this. I've caught northern. I've caught crappie. I've caught sunfish. And of course I've caught bass. All on this bait. This bait works for everything. You got to get you one. Then, last but not least, you know what's coming. You know what's coming. Boom! The frog! Who doesn't love a frog? Throw these puppies all year round. I don't care what they say. You're going to catch fish all year round on this. Now, sure, in the summer, are you going to catch way more? Yeah, you're going to catch way more on a frog. But I've thrown this in the winter when the water's still open, and I still catch them. Why? There's just something fish love about a frog. It's like Dairy Queen for some people. You know, you're like, ooh, I want to taste treat. Boom, Dairy Queen, there I am. I'm there eating. I wasn't going there. Why am I here? Same thing with the frog. The bass are like, wait, frog? Oh, I'm there. I wasn't going to eat it, but here I am. I'm eating a frog. Why am I eating a frog? I don't know, but I'm eating a frog because it's so good. You got to have frog. And, of course, my favorite, Live Target. But you already know that. I've told you that in a previous video. I love the Live Target brand stuff. It is great. And their frogs, awesome. They have some great designs on their frogs. Catch so many fish. Great hooks. Typically don't lose any. Now sometimes you lose one, you're not paying attention, which happens to me quite a bit. I'll be sitting there talking with the guy behind me as I'm frog fishing instead of watching my bait. All of a sudden I'll look over. Oh, where's my bait? Ah, crap. Well, there's my bait. You just spit it because I wasn't paying attention and didn't set the dang hook. But get you a frog. Gotta have a frog. So that's it. That's what you gotta have. You gotta get you a nice combo. Get you a bag. Get you a box for in the bag to put the baits in to keep your stuff nice and neat. Then you gotta get stuff for drop shotting. You know, hooks, bait, weight. Get you some bullet weights, square bill crankbaits, the old chatterbait, jig heads. Get you some hooks, swim bait, stick bait, creature bait, worms, jig, frog, and there you have it. You're ready to go fishing. Let's go fishing. I know you're ready. I'm ready. I'm excited just playing with all this stuff. I just want to go fishing. I can't go fishing though. It's thunderstorming. But maybe you can go fishing. I'm stuck in the house. I'm just going to play with my lures and dream about fishing. While you're out fishing, I'm going to be jealous of you instead of you jealous of me. Weird how this whole thing is like a merry-go-round. At one moment, you're watching me fish, getting jealous, and now I'm knowing that I'm not fishing, and you probably would just went fishing or are about to head out the door to go fishing, and I can't. So guess what? Let's have fun. Go fishing. You know you want to. So, without further ado, guess what time it is? It's fishing time! Alright, we will see you next time, fam. And don't forget, always hit that bell, subscribe, give us a big thumbs up. Whatever you want to do, go ahead. We'll see you next time.